The power of a perfect fit. Why tailoring is the ultimate luxury shortcut. We've all seen it. Someone walks into a room, not in a flashy outfit, but in clothes that fit perfectly. Tailoring is the quiet whisper of wealth, the unspoken detail that turns a basic outfit into something that feels intentional and elevated. The truth is, even a $40 blazer can look like a designer piece if it hugs your body just right. Luxe style isn't about the price tag, it's about how clothes fall on your frame. Tailoring gives structure, symmetry, and polish. It refines your proportions, lengthens your lines, and smooths what doesn't need to be seen. In this video, we'll go beyond telling you to get it tailored. We're diving deep into the specific tweaks that make the biggest difference. You'll learn how minor changes like raising a hem or slimming a sleeve can completely transform a piece. These are not abstract style tips. They are concrete, repeatable secrets that style insiders use daily. Whether you're reviving a piece from your closet or investing in something new, tailoring is your secret weapon to looking expensive without spending a fortune. This is your invitation to fall in love with fit. The shoulder story. Instant authority and elegance with a structured fit. Let's start with the shoulders because the right shoulder shape is the first thing people subconsciously notice. When shoulders are too wide, droopy, or unstructured, your outfit can look sloppy no matter how expensive it is. But when the shoulder seams sit exactly where they should, everything changes. It frames your upper body, aligns your posture, and adds a subtle power to your presence. Tailoring the shoulders isn't just about size, it's about shape. For example, a blazer with just a touch of added structure can instantly sharpen your look, even over a basic shirt. A soft blouse that collapses at the shoulder can be given a delicate lift to sit beautifully across your collarbone. And if you've ever bought a coat that felt a little too masculine, having the shoulder pads slightly reduced can make it feel sleek and elegant without losing structure. Shoulders are where tailoring begins because they set the tone for the entire outfit. Fix them, and everything underneath naturally aligns. If there's one place to start your tailoring journey, start at the top. Precision here instantly signals polish, confidence, and yes, luxury. Darts and seams. The invisible sculptors of your silhouette. Darts and seams are the unsung heroes of tailoring. You can't always see them from a distance, but they're quietly working behind the scenes, contouring your shape, defining your waist, and bringing dimension to your frame. These little sewn-in lines can turn a shapeless dress into a body-skimming masterpiece. What makes darts magical is their ability to customize a garment without loud changes. Want to enhance your curves? Add darts at the bust or waist. Want to slim your midsection? Taper the back seams. Even a bulky button-down shirt from the men's section can be transformed into a feminine piece with strategic seam adjustments. Many off-the-rack clothes are made to fit everyone, which means they truly fit no one. Tailoring with darts bridges that gap between generic and personalized. When placed correctly, they highlight your best assets and bring instant elegance. The best part? These adjustments are subtle. No one will notice you added darts, but they'll definitely notice how incredible you look. So next time a dress feels almost right, don't toss it, tailor it. A few invisible stitches can redefine your whole silhouette. The right length. How crops, hems, and sleeves change the game. 1 inch. That's all it takes. 1 inch too long, and your trousers look borrowed. 1 inch too short, and your blazer feels shrunken. Getting the right length, whether it's your pants, sleeves, skirts, or even tops, is one of the fastest ways to make your clothes look expensive. Why? Because length signals intent. A jacket that stops right at your hip looks tailored to your shape, while one that awkwardly hits mid-high says, off the rack. A cropped pant that grazes your ankle bone feels chic, while a full-length pair that puddles over your shoes feels careless. The same goes for sleeve length, especially with coats and blazers. Tailors can easily shorten sleeves to hit at the wrist, exposing just enough of your shirt cuff or bracelet. Suddenly, it's not just a coat, it's a styled outfit. Hems aren't about modesty or trend, they're about proportion. And when proportions are right, your whole body looks more balanced and intentional. So if something feels off, try adjusting the length before anything else. Often, it's not the color, cut, or fabric that's wrong, it's just a matter of inches. Waist definition. From boxy to bombshell with a cinch. Never underestimate the power of a cinched waist. When a garment floats away from the body with no definition, It can feel overwhelming and shape 7 frumpy, but bring it in at the waist? Suddenly, your figure comes alive. Tailoring the waist is like zooming in on elegance. Whether it's a dress, blazer, or blouse, a subtle nip at the middle creates that hourglass illusion that flatters every body type. Even straight cuts can be transformed with a well-placed seam or dart. Want that blazer to feel more custom? Take in the waist a ½ inch. Want that oversized dress to look artfully chic instead of shapeless? Add darts or a thin belt stitched in. Waist definition is not about making everything tight. It's about revealing your natural silhouette in a controlled, stylish way. This is especially important with layering pieces like coats or jackets. A boxy coat can swallow you, while a slightly tailored version enhances your figure. The difference between looking bundled and looking elegant? Often, it's all in the waist. Tailoring here is quick, affordable, and totally transformative. Tapered trousers. Say goodbye to baggy. Hello to chick pants are the make or break of your outfit. They anchor the entire look, and when they're too baggy, too long, or too shapeless, the whole outfit crumbles. Tapering trousers is one of the simplest tailoring tricks with the biggest payoff. Whether you're wearing jeans, trousers, or joggers, bringing the leg in slightly creates a sleek, elongating effect that feels instantly more polished. Baggy or wide-legged pants have their place, but if they're not cut intentionally, they can look dated or messy. A subtle taper starting from the knee down gives you that tailored cigarette pant look that works with both flats and heels. And don't stop at slimming the legs, check the rear view too. A good tailor can lift the seat slightly, adjust the rise, or even add darts to flatter your shape. Tailored pants hug without squeezing, fall clean without puddling, and create long, uninterrupted lines that make you look taller and more put together. The best part? You don't need to buy new pants. Your current ones just need a little sculpting. Blazer nipping. Feminine, fitted, and flawless. There's nothing more powerful than a perfectly tailored blazer. It's the ultimate wardrobe transformer, professional, chic, and surprisingly versatile. But here's the truth. Most off-the-rack blazers aren't made for your exact body. They're boxy, too long, or shapeless around the waist. That's where tailoring steps in. Nipping in a blazer at the waist even slightly can take it from borrowed to bespoke. You don't need to go full hourglass. Even a subtle contour through the midsection adds instant polish. And while we're at it, let's talk about blazer length. A blazer that hits right at the hip bone flatters most frames and elongates the legs. Longer blazers can be stunning too, but only when balanced by a tapered shape. Add in a shoulder tweak and sleeve shortening, and suddenly, this isn't just a blazer, it's a signature piece. A tailored blazer pairs with jeans for brunch, trousers for the office, and over a dress for dinner. It works in every setting because it communicates intention and elegance. If you only tailor one item in your closet, make it this. A well-fitted blazer doesn't just fit your body, it fits your life. The French sleeve trick. Chic from wrist to elbow sleeves are one of the most overlooked tailoring opportunities. We tend to focus on fit around the waist or length of pants, but what about the area that frames your gestures, your watch, your jewelry? A sleeve that's too long or wide can drown your arms and ruin the proportions of even the most beautiful top or coat. French sleeves or three-quarter sleeves are a stylist's best-kept secret. They show off the wrist, add movement, and look great on every arm. If a blouse or jacket feels heavy, consider shortening the sleeve or tapering it near the elbow. It lightens the entire silhouette. Even on cooler days, rolling or tailoring a sleeve to that elegant three-quarter mark gives your outfit air and intention. Tailors can easily slim sleeves too, removing bulk that adds visual weight. And it's not just about beauty, it's about balance. When sleeves are tailored to flow just right, your outfit feels dynamic, not stiff. Try this with coats, dresses, or even knitwear. You'll be shocked at how this subtle change makes your outfit feel instantly designer. Dress rebirth. Turning a dress into a timeless staple, we've all had that dress. It fits, okay. The print is cute, the color is right, but something about it just doesn't sing. That's where tailoring breathes new life into your closet. A simple sheath dress can become a go-to staple when taken in slightly at the waist, shortened just enough to show the right amount of leg, or reshaped at the neckline. Suddenly, the meh becomes magnificent. Tailoring a dress is about sculpting it to you. Maybe it gaps at the bust, or falls too straight without defining your figure. Add darts, shift the hem, or soften a sharp shoulder, and you've got a completely new silhouette. Don't forget the lining replacing. A cheap or clingy lining with something silky can make the entire piece feel luxurious. Dresses don't need to be disposable. Most just need a little edit. When in doubt, think of a dress like a canvas. It's already 80% of the way there. Tailoring provides the final 20%, and that's the part that makes you look custom-made. Your tailor isn't just fixing something. They're helping you rewrite the story of that dress. Skirt swaps. Why lining and shape matter more than you think. Let's talk skirts specifically. Why some hug you in all the right places and others ride up, bunch, or just look cheap. The secret? Shape and lining. Many skirts off the rack are made with minimal structure and subpar lining, which leads to clinging, wrinkling, or flattening your shape instead of enhancing it. But tailoring a skirt is easier than you think, and the payoff is huge. Lean skirts can be adjusted to flatter your hips better. Pencil skirts can be tapered to create smoother lines. Even an ill-fitting waistband can be reworked to sit comfortably without cutting in. And let's not ignore the lining. If a skirt clings to your tights, or moves awkwardly as you walk, a tailor can replace the lining with a higher quality fabric that allows movement and feels soft against the skin. With just a few tweaks, a skirt can go from an awkward afterthought to a wardrobe staple. The key is control. A tailored skirt doesn't move unpredictably. It flows with you, enhancing your stride and giving you that unmistakable put-together feel. Luxury isn't about loud labels. It's about quiet confidence, and the right skirt lining is a power move in disguise. Neckline refinement. From casual to couture, your neckline frames your face, shows off your jewelry, and sets the tone for your entire outfit. Yet, it's rarely something we think to tailor, but it should be. A neckline that's too wide, too deep, or too high can completely throw off proportions and elegance. Fortunately, adjusting a neckline is one of the most transformative yet underrated tailoring tricks. Imagine a crew neck that feels too plain turned into a graceful scoop that flatters your collarbones, or a deep V that feels too revealing being reshaped into something softer and more balanced. Tailors can subtly reshape necklines, adjust the drape of the fabric, and even reposition shoulder seams to create more lift or openness. The effect is subtle, but the impact is huge. It elevates the entire piece. This is especially powerful with dresses, blouses, and formal wear. You don't always need a new outfit for your next event. You might just need a neckline that lifts your confidence and highlights your favorite necklace. Next time you're trying something on and feel meh about the top half, ask yourself, would this look luxe if the neckline was refined? Often, the answer is yes. Bust fit precision. No more gaping, pulling, or sagging. We've all seen it. A beautiful blouse or button-down ruined by one tiny thing. Poor bust fit. That little gap between buttons, the slight pulling of fabric that makes a top look too small or saggy, that's not your body's fault. It's the garment's lack of proper tailoring. The bust is one of the most complex areas to fit off the rack because every woman's shape is different. But tailoring here is magic. Adding bust darts, slightly adjusting the armhole, or even repositioning buttons can completely eliminate pulling or gaping. For button-downs, a tailor can add hidden snaps between buttons, or adjust the placket to ensure smoothness. For dresses and tops, reshaping the bust darts gives you lift without bulk. It's not about pushing up, it's about contouring and respect for your shape. When a top fits your bust properly, it hangs straight, looks intentional, and makes layering a breeze. No more tugging or adjusting. You stand taller, breathe easier, and look like everything was made for you. That's the secret of expensive-looking clothes. They respect your proportions. And bust fit is the cornerstone of that elegance. Fabric behavior. How to tailor based on material type. Not all fabrics are created equal, and tailoring them definitely isn't one size fits all. The same adjustment that works on cotton won't work the same way on silk or denim. That's why understanding how fabric behaves is essential to getting that luxe, custom-made result. Take silk, for example. It's slippery and delicate, so hemming or darting it requires a light hand and often special thread. Wool, on the other hand, is more forgiving and sculpts beautifully perfect for blazers or trousers. Denim can be tricky. it's thick and strong, so tapering jeans requires sharp tools and confidence. Even jersey knits or stretchy fabrics can be tailored, but they demand a different technique to avoid puckering or pulling. A good tailor knows how each fabric should fall, fold, and move. Before bringing a piece in, take a moment to feel the fabric. Is it rigid or fluid? Does it wrinkle or bounce back? The better you understand its nature, the easier it is to ask for the right changes. Luxe isn't just about silhouettes, about flow. When your clothes move with you, quietly and gracefully, that's when they look expensive. And tailoring with the fabric in mind makes all the difference. Shoes plus hem equals harmony. Why tailoring works head to toe? What's the fastest way to ruin a great pair of trousers? Wearing them with the wrong shoes. It sounds dramatic, but it's true. Hem length should always be tailored with your go-to footwear in mind. If your pants drag on the ground with flats or bunch around your ankles in heels, it doesn't matter how expensive they are, they'll look off. Tailoring hems is about harmony. A cropped trouser looks sharp with loafers or sneakers, while a full-length wide-leg pant should skim the top of your heel without pooling. That quarter-inch hem lift? It changes everything. The same applies to skirts and dresses. Want that midi dress to feel modern? Pair it with ankle boots and ensure the hem hits just above or below the widest part of your calf. It's a small visual tweak with a massive payoff. When your clothing and shoes feel like they're in conversation, like they were chosen together, your outfit reads as cohesive, stylish, and expensive. Before tailoring anything, decide, what shoes do I actually wear with this? Then, hem accordingly. That's not just tailoring, that's styling with precision, off the rack versus tailored. What the luxe look actually costs. One of the biggest myths in fashion is that looking expensive requires a big budget. But here's the truth. Most truly elegant women don't buy everything designer. They tailor what they love. Let's break it down. You buy a $60 blazer that fits well in the shoulders but feels too boxy. For $25, a tailor takes in the waist and shortens the sleeves. Now it fits like a $300 piece. The cost of tailoring is often a fraction of what people assume, and the visual upgrade is priceless. Luxe isn't about labels. It's about fit, finish, and confidence. A well-tailored outfit looks intentional. It looks like you care. Even simple items like a white button-down or straight-leg jeans become signature staples when altered to hug and drape just right. And tailoring isn't just for special occasions. It's for your everyday pieces, too. Your favorite t-shirt, your go-to black pants, your work dress, they all deserve that polish. Think of tailoring as investment dressing. You're not throwing money away, you're amplifying the value of what you already own. Because when something fits you, it becomes yours in every sense. That's the real luxury. Smart tailor talk. How to communicate what you want. Tailoring can feel intimidating if you don't speak the language. But trust me, you don't need a fashion degree to get what you want. You just need to know a few key terms and how to communicate your vision. First, be specific. Instead of saying, make it tighter, try, can we take in the waist by an inch? If a sleeve feels too long, say, I'd like the cuff to hit right at my wrist bone. Always bring the shoes you'll wear with the item so the tailor can adjust the hem perfectly. Use terms like nipped waist, tapered leg, or structured shoulder if you want a more tailored look. Don't be afraid to ask for their opinion, but remember, you're the client. If you're unsure, pin the garment or wear it and use a mirror to show what you want adjusted. Even showing photos of a fit you love can help. Good tailoring is a collaboration. The clearer your communication, the better the result. It's not about being bossy, it's about being clear. And clarity? That's the first step to looking confidently luxe. Men do it all the time. Why women should own tailoring confidence. Men have embraced tailoring for centuries. From suits to shirts to even jeans, it's a cultural norm for them to alter clothes for the perfect fit. So why are so many women still hesitant? It's time to change that. Tailoring isn't a luxury reserved for celebrities or CEOs. It's a tool for self-expression and self-respect. When a man buys a suit, tailoring is expected. But when a woman buys a blazer or trousers, she's often told to just make it work. Enough of that. Tailoring is how you claim authority over your wardrobe. It's how you stop accepting good enough and start demanding excellence for your body, your taste, and your lifestyle. Women deserve clothing that fits them, not the other way around. Owning your tailoring confidence means asking for what you need without apology. It means walking into a room in clothing that supports you literally and emotionally. And it means refusing to let a loose seam or saggy hem define how you feel about yourself. When your clothes fit your body beautifully, your mindset shifts. Tailoring is more than stitching. It's self-empowerment in thread. Closet audit. What's worth tailoring and what's not? Before you bring your entire wardrobe to a tailor, let's talk strategy. Not every piece is worth tailoring, and that's okay. The key is knowing what's worth the investment and what's better donated, resold, or reimagined. Start with items you already love but don't wear because of one small issue. Maybe the pants are too long, or the top is too loose at the bust. If the fabric is good and the piece flatters your general shape, it's likely a great tailoring candidate. Next, consider the item's versatility. Will you wear it at least 3 ways or in multiple seasons? That increases the value of tailoring. Now, let's talk red flags. Skip tailoring if the fabric is poor quality, if the print or style feels dated, or if the alteration would cost more than the item's replacement value. Also, avoid tailoring things you feel meh about. No stitch can fix apathy. Tailoring is an act of care. It says, I believe in this piece enough to make it better. So audit your closet with love and honesty. The right items will rise to the top and your wardrobe will thank you for it. DIY tailoring tweaks you can do at home. Not every tailoring trick requires a trip to the tailor. There are quick, stylish fixes you can do yourself, especially for casual days or test runs. Got a long top that feels frumpy? Try a half tuck or belt it with a slim, structured belt. Oversized blazer? Use a belt or pin it at the back temporarily to simulate a nip-in. Need to shorten pants in a hurry? Hemming tape is your best friend. No sewing required. You can also cuff jeans or sleeves to adjust proportion instantly. And don't overlook safety pins for making a neckline more modest or cinching excess fabric invisibly from behind. For button gaps, fashion tape or hidden snaps can save the day. If a piece consistently annoys you but feels salvageable, these mini fixes help you experiment before committing to a permanent tailor job. And if you're feeling bold, learning basic sewing skills like reattaching buttons, hand sewing small darts, or lifting a hem can empower you. Luxe isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling in control, and these DIY tweaks give you that power, right from your closet mirror. Your Luxe signature. Building a tailored look that's unmistakably you. Tailoring isn't just about fixing fit issues, it's about defining your signature style. Once you understand your proportions, your preferences, and what flatters you most, you can start tailoring with purpose. Maybe you love a slightly nipped blazer and tapered trousers. Maybe your favorite silhouettes are cinched at the waist and softly draped at the neckline. Once you discover what makes you feel powerful, start repeating it. Build a wardrobe of core silhouettes that fit you, not trends. Your signature style becomes recognizable because it's consistent and tailored to perfection. It's not about owning 100 pieces. It's about curating a dozen that feel like a second skin. When people say someone looks expensive, they often mean refined. Tailoring refines your style, removes the excess, and brings forward what truly works. And that, more than any trend or logo, is what screams luxury. You don't need a stylist. You need a mirror, a good tailor, and the courage to say, this is how I want to look. Once you claim your tailoring power, you don't just dress well, you embody elegance.